we're done. But for now, we'll just work off of here. If you have any questions, ask as we go along. I would prefer to get questions as we go to keep it topic by topic and not have to cover everything at the end. So let's just get started. So BBGA, what we would like to propose, the Chesapeake chapter, starting obviously in Baltimore, Maryland, and hopefully expanding from there. But we want to start small. You'll see financial projections at the end of the presentation that show just how small we're thinking at the beginning. But we'll get there as we go. So, well, there we go. I've got a clip for this. So starting with chapter structure, we have myself. What's up, Ken?
Continue.
Oh, you're going to voice record? No. So myself in the top left, the executioner. Tim, the Colonel Fox in the top right. Paul, 3-putt leak in the bottom left. Unfortunately, we don't have a better picture for Paul, but he likes to sip on Fireballs, so we might be able to get a better picture by the end of the night. And then we have Tom Fox in the bottom right-hand corner. Lowercase. Lowercase t. Just to clarify, we do not have uppercase T Tom identified as a founding member. We're hoping to expand to him, but we don't actually know who he is. So we got to work on figuring that out first. And he might be a golden retriever. Yes, and he might be a golden retriever. We're not sure that he's actually a human. So what does this organizational structure look like? The Chesapeake chapter will have its own president that will report directly into the BBGA commissioner. And then directly reporting to the chapter president will be our director of security and our director of recruiting, the colonel and 3-putt respectively. And then towards the bottom of the organizational structure, we have Tom, lowercase t, as a junior member. So those are our founding members. We have a complex.
I have a question.
Strategy.
I have a question.
Yes,
so, can we promote and then demote said member, junior member, lowercase Tom?
Yeah, so that's why we started him as a junior member. The thought being is that at any time for any of his superiors, doesn't even have to be a direct superior, just any superior could promote him to member and then demote him back down to junior. That's the general thought around being a junior member.
All right.
Is that all clear? Does it make sense?
Yep, we're good here.
All right, we'll probably add officers as the league or as the chapter grows and we have more of a financial footing. So, branding. We have a few branding options that we've put together. Option 1 is very BBGA specific or BBGA centric, you would say. Simply the BBGA logo with a call out at the bottom for the Chesapeake chapter. Okay, that's option 1. Option 2 is more of a classic golf logo that would clearly separate the Chesapeake chapter from the...
As BBGA commissioner, I'm going to go ahead and veto that one immediately.
Okay, that's fine. That's perfect. We just wanted to give you 3 options to choose from. And then third, we have the Chesapeake chapter-centric logo, which still pays homage to the BBGA Tour, but has a little bit more of a Chesapeake flavor to it.
And I love this, and we should have an offline conversation how we can work the BBGA Tour logo into this. Otherwise, I think it's perfect.
Okay, so yeah, so I laid those 3 out. So we'll come back to you, I would say, early next week. I would say at the latest by Wednesday with a few options of the Chesapeake-specific logo, more working in the BBGA logo.
Okay.
All right. So marketing. A few things that we've put down as thoughts. Again, right? Keep this as a proposal, and don't think of it set in stone. This is how we want to do it. These are our original thoughts. We can definitely work through these with the BBGA. But within BBGA.com, We would like to have a separate drop-down on the side menu, similar to how the members section currently drops down. And that section would include anything that would be Chesapeake chapter specific, such as regional tournaments, regional events, regional members, things such as that. And then we would also like to participate in the BVGA channel. We probably do not create as much video content as the current BVGA does. So we would like to be held within that BVGA channel as a specific playlist, as you would say.
That's approved.
And then the third thing we want to talk about is how we deal with sponsorships. Sponsorships would go directly towards prizes, marketing expenses, and executive leadership salaries. And then any sponsorship that an individual member of the Chesapeake chapter receives would be split 50-50 between the individual player and the organization, being both the BVGA and the Chesapeake chapter, again, going towards prizes, marketing expenses, and executive salaries.
All right, so first of all, I will say that we have to hit a certain quota to get our trophies. That's priority number one. End of the year, we have a large award ceremony, and we need to raise somewhere between $150 to $200 every year. Now, usually we have a couple big name sponsors that come in with anywhere from $50 to $100, so we usually barely cover that. We also have some other areas of fundraising, which I'll let Christopher tell you about offline, which I can't say on any internet related broadcast. He'll tell you about that later. But other than that, I like it, I agree, and perfectly fine with the BVGA channel sharing videos.
All right. Well, once we get to the financial projections, I think you'll see a little bit more of where we expect our revenue to come from, and what we expect that to cover. So we'll get into prospective course info. I don't know how much you want to see about each one of these individual courses, but the inaugural course list would just be 8 courses, centered around the Baltimore and Hartford County area. This morning, several of the founding members of the Chesapeake chapter took Dance Man out to Wetlands Golf Course. That link did not work. Here you go. A 71 par course in Aberdeen, Maryland. If you'd like to go through this in more detail, we could do it now, or you could do it individually when I send the PDF out.
That's perfectly fine under the assumption that they have them under the website oobgolf, OOBGOLF.com.
They do, all of them.
And then that's fine.
I believe I pulled all of these scorecards off of them.
Perfect. Okay, you're good to go then.
So we have a couple proposed tournaments.
Wait, go back?
Like to run through.
Go back. Okay, never mind. We're good.
Okay. Hey, would you guys mind filling us up before you walk outside?
Thanks, Tom.
We're empty.
Why are we doing this thing?
Can somebody demote him? Can we demote him?
He hates that down arrow.
He's not a fan.
And any officer will immediately have a higher rank than junior member.
Yeah, I really don't care if he likes it or not.
Except for major.
E4 with a college education.
And the colonel.
That's like 3 or 5. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, nailed it.
He reports.
Shut up, Rich. You gotta get 2
It's not even, Rich isn't even talking.
Yeah.
Can we demote him now?
Rich, we're working on a quadruple demotion later, so we'll take care of that.
Can we just get everybody in the clan? Okay, we're getting off topic here.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
To get back on topic.
But I do want to have everyone in the clan demote him at the same exact time. Continue.
Yeah, we need to work on that.
Continue.
Okay, continued. A few proposed tournaments. The first would be the Chesapeake Regional. This would be held at Wetlands Golf Course every year, stroke play. It would be for Chesapeake Conference members only and would represent the Chesapeake chapter champion. The winner would receive the Blue Crab Cup. And it's something that the Chesapeake chapter feels very strongly about, and we would like to hold. Obviously, it doesn't have too much of a bearing on the greater BVGA and more on the Chesapeake region itself. The second tournament we would like to take a look at is the Chesapeake Open. This is a yearly tournament held in the Chesapeake region, rotating between the 8 original Chesapeake chapter courses. This will be held at the beginning of the calendar year as to not come anywhere near conflicting with the Rave Cup. All BVGA members that had qualified for the Rave Cup the year before will be invited, and the winner receives the Maryland jacket.
Okay, those are mighty big promises. Have you lined up the jacket? Do you have a distributor? And are you sure you can procure it?
Yes.
Okay.
Positive on all accounts.
Okay. Then absolutely approved.
Okay. That's good to hear. Now, the third tournament is the one that I feel may be a little controversial in that probably, maybe shouldn't have come from the Chesapeake chapter, but it's something that we would like to look into in the future. Definitely not starting immediately.
Hudson!
Initially called it the BVGA Bragging Rights Cup, a biennial team-based tournament. 4 players from each conference take on
Scott, get Hudson.
4 players from the other conference in a Ryder Cup style tournament.
Hudson, come here.
Oh,
Scott, can you get him? Just grab him.
Scott, what are you doing?
It's an expansion proposal for the BVGA.
Oh, I gotta get myself logged on.
We have Doug Coach Shaw just walked in.
Who are you talking
Oh,
about?
over here.
Christopher's on the other side.
Oh, all right. Let me go see you.
Is that Coach Slutsky?
Yeah, just give him.
Coach Slutsky, you there?
Hey, he's gone. Continue.
Okay, so did you hear about this tournament?
If you could start it over, that would be appreciated.
All right, so we were basically saying nothing to start immediately, but a potential tournament that we would like to look into in the future. This one was really thrown in as the third tournament. This is something we would like to look into in the future. A biennial team-based tournament, 4 players from each conference, rotating between each of the conferences. So we'd start in the original BVGA Jersey area. Would move to the Chesapeake area 2 years later. If there's another conference moving in later, we move it there as well. Ryder Cup style. Pitting region versus region.
Where's my little girl at? All right, buddy.
All right. My only
We can come back to it.
my comment on this is in the BVGA we tend to steer away from best ball or anything other than stroke play. Because we are a stats-based organization.
I'm just gonna clean the hides.
Fair enough.
Clean the hides.
No issues, just something we would like to talk about in the future.
So perhaps a stroke play with a team structure could work.
Yeah, I like it.
So we can make that work.
Okay. Well, moving next to the thing that I think most people will find most interesting. Our financial projections. Here are our projected profits for the Chesapeake chapter. We feel based on our initial studies.
I think you accidentally left in millions there, and it should have been dollars. I think that should have been dollars.
Well, you haven't seen the numbers. And I think based on what we've seen from the BVGA,
It's exponential.
the interest that's been shown in the Chesapeake region, that we could really nail that 89% cages. I have no doubts about it. Now, obviously, we still have to work out revenue sharing between the Chesapeake chapter and the BVGA. We have to figure out how that all works, but that can come later. This is profit that we believe will come from the Chesapeake chapter itself.
All right. Any financial uptick that comes from the Chesapeake, we'll just need to get to a certain quota before all all after that point will be completely up to you guys what you do with it. Whether it's additional trophies, jackets, etc., etc.
Okay. Fair.
We need a small portion of the proceeds to go towards the awards, and after that, you guys do whatever you want with it.
Okay. I like it.
So Dustin Johnson, like lots of flow.
Can we talk about drug testing?
Chesapeake chapter, we don't really do a drug test, per se. We take everyone at their word.
It's like anti-steroid. That's not it.
Taking with you?
Very pro Paulina Gretzky. I would classify her. Projected revenue sources, ticket sales, merchandise, sponsorships. By 2019, we hope to have a $10 million a year TV deal. Because it's in the Chesapeake, we think we would probably target Masson. But we'll get there when we get to 2019. Also, video game sales. We think that the Chesapeake chapter's got a pretty good connection with a few video game manufacturers, and that we think we could create a game that a lot of folks would enjoy based on Chesapeake chapter characters.
And also the hole that Tiger Woods PGA Tour left when he spoke himself out of the video game industry will open us up for possibilities to make millions of dollars.
Yeah, it's a good thought. The last financial projection we want to go over is Tom's weekly Chipotle expenses. Currently in the Chesapeake chapter, when you lose your round of golf, the loser of the weekly events buys Chipotle for lunch. So we think that starting in 2015, Tom will be spending about $30,000 a week on Chipotle, with a slight incline until we hit 2019, when his expenses will shoot up to $100,000, mostly based on the fact that I'll start eating guac then. So, this is the initial presentation that we wanted to put together for you guys. Our next steps, as we see them, is for the BBGA to get together and vote on the acceptance of the Chesapeake chapter. If accepted, to choose our chapter branding and finalize our marketing strategy. Obviously, we've already talked about that first step of chapter branding, so we will be going back and working with our marketing folks to create some updated branding based on the Chesapeake-centric logo. The founding members to join the Chesapeake or the founding members of the Chesapeake chapter to join the BBGA tour immediately. By the end of today, I will have all applications ready for you, Eagle Eye, and unaffiliated to a conference in 2014. We'll play courses in the Baltimore area and send you our scorecards. We'll get that course list that we had up to you finalized, begin scouting additional courses, as well as begin recruiting additional members. Establish what those Chesapeake-based tournaments are and what they aren't. And then for the beginning of the 2015 season, the full Chesapeake chapter will kick off that. Do you have any additional questions, Eagle Eye and team?
I do. So, now I'm going to get into the tough stuff. I want to see how much homework you've done. Please tell me what a gentleman's drop is. Hey, Christopher, you keep your mouth shut.
And it's like always like when I'm like 5 minutes from home, that she'll like wake up and start screaming. So like I'm too close to like fall over, so I gotta just go chill.
I have not studied that.
All right. We're gonna need you to study the rule book, the BVGA rule book, and in a week's time, I will be quizzing you guys to ensure that you are fully aware of all the rules. What?
Open book quiz?
No, it would be a closed book.
Damn it.
I was hoping to get you right now on the surprise quiz, but obviously you guys don't know anything, so a little disappointed.
We put a lot of time into the presentation, into getting Dance Man down here.
All right, well, you should read it. It's a good read. It's fun.
Put a lot of time into crab. We spent a lot of clams on crabs today.
Well, if you have a printer, print it out. Read it while you're eating some crabs. It's a good laugh. It's a good read.
I assume it is.
Other than that, I have no questions. I like the idea of having some Chesapeake events, some special trophies, a jacket. We've been trying to get into the jacket business ourselves for a while.
We don't want to steal anybody's thunder. You tell us what you're comfortable with, and we're happy to work cooperatively.
You know, I made my comments where I saw issues. That's it. I like it.
I like it.
You be nice.
All right, well, it is 3:59 here. We're 1 minute away from crabs coming off the steamer.
Perfect. Then we are right on time.
That works for me. I'll package this up in a PDF, and we will forward this off to you now.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you, Yvonne.
All right. Look forward to getting your applications, and we'll get you uploaded in the system and get you guys live right away.
All right, and I just want to point out that Dance Man did demolish Tom
Today, Christopher won.
today. Christopher golfed in 86.
All right. Well, now I have to rethink this whole expansion because I don't believe any of you.
Christopher what? Wait, what?
Are you telling me that one of his drives, even one, made it somewhere near the fairway? If so, I don't believe you guys.
Wow, you did a lot of drives in the fairway.
Oh, I really don't believe you guys. Then you know what? I'm leaving the clan too. Okay, I'm just kidding.
Please leave the clan. Leave cousin though. Leave cousin. Cousin is so much better.
Oh my God. We are hanging up. Gentlemen, good presentation. Look forward to the follow-ups, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good. We'll see.
All right, guys.
Executioner out.